Hello and welcome. It's that time again when my gallery becomes alive again. Finally, the MLS is here. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about some of the most undervalued players in Major League Soccer. Players that you can add to your gallery, they're not going to break the bank. I've got some nailed on bargains, I've got some breakout prospects, I've got some hidden gems, and among them I've got a keeper that I think has got a good chance of getting a starting spot sometime this season. I've snuck him in there somewhere. I'm not going to tell you exactly where, because quite frankly I'm sick of you skipping my videos to the best bits, so I'm hidden him away. You got to listen to the shit as well. You listen to it all or you listen to none of it. Get out of it. So you might be thinking, what business has this small-time Mancunian got talking about the MLS? Well, I could tell you that I've been an MLS fan for years and I know all there is to know about the league. The reality is, when I started out on Sorare over 2 years ago, I quickly realised my European lineups couldn't compete against the bigger managers in the game. As prices soared due to the Gary V boom, I was forced to decide whether to run away with my tail between my legs or buckle up and diversify. Luckily for me, the MLS was due to start in 4 weeks and the cards were super cheap. This and the fact that I like late nights and hot dogs. Hot dogs, come and get your hot dogs. So I decided I'd spend the rest of my internet money and a lot of my time dedicated to seeing what the MLS had to offer. My gallery now consists of approximately 50-50 MLS and Europe, and many of my European players were players that I scouted from the MLS and they've moved to Europe. I'm sure European scouts have been looking at my account. So let's get things going with a nailed on starter I think is a real cheap card. Number 1, Paxton Pomykal. FC Dallas, central midfielder. He played 35 games last season, 31 starts and 2 playoff matches. And he got 5 assists. Although he's 23 now, he'll keep his under 23 status till 2024. Last year he had the kind of season that kept him just under the Sorare radar. I watched him quite a bit. He really impressed me, and based on last year's performances, he's a definite starter with the potential to push on in 2023. In my opinion, his age and his price make him a real good buy. Just check the price chart here and you'll see that he was going for quite a considerable amount more last season. Number 2, a fan favourite and one of my favourite players to watch, Henry Kessler, New England Revolution. He's a 24 central defender. I'm a Revs fan and I honestly wasn't going to put Kessler in this list, but when I saw his price, I couldn't not put him in. Kessler is a proper grafter and a points monster on Sorare. He isn't the most majestic player, but he wears his heart on his sleeves, making him a great player to watch. A couple of niggling injuries last season caused him to have erratic SO5 scored, but he finished really strong towards the end. In my opinion, the Revs will depend on him more this season, with Romney and Farrell taking stints next to him. When it comes to a 90-minute defender, Kessler at that price, I really think is good value. His age as well, really good buy that one, I think. Number 3, Jack Maher from Nashville, centre-back. Another 23-year-old who will remain under 23 eligible until 2024. Now, I mentioned Dave Romney in the last pick. Romney has moved to New England Revolution. I think Jack has the experience to take on his role there at Nashville, and I've no doubts in my mind he's another nailed-on starter. You could see him growing in confidence last season, playing alongside Lovitz, and I think we're set to see more in 2023 for Jack. I can actually see his price rising already as the season starts, because I think he's a nailed-on starter. Number 4, I wanted to add a value MLS forward in this, and I think the next player is just that. Sebastian Ferreira from Houston, forward. A solid starter last season. In my opinion, another one who slipped under the net in terms of pricing. I'm not going to tell you he's the best forward in the league, he's not, but he's more than capable on his day and the price won't break the bank. He ticks the box for value. He scored 13 goals, 3 assists last season, and I expect to see similar if not more this season. Number 5, Aidan Morris. Columbus Crew. He's only 21, he's got bags of potential. Defensively, I'll give him top marks. Going forward and passing ability, it can be a bit hit and miss, but it doesn't really affect his SO5 scores too much. He's got time on his side and he's got time to improve on them statistics. I think Morris has a bright future ahead of him and I think he's a good pick for this season. Number 6, another New England Revolution player, Brandon Bye. He plays on the right wing back. He had an amazing season last year despite a poor showing from the Revs as a team. I don't see anything changing this season. I am shocked again at the price of this player. 2 goals and 7 assists last season. And he's one of them rare wing backs on Sorare that don't always need a decisive to score well. I can only think it's down to the lack of team results putting people off. But I'm confident and maybe a little bit hopeful that the Revs can do better this year, and I see Bye as an integral part of that. Number 7, okay, this one is the keeper that I promised. Keeper that I think has a chance to make the starting spot this year. Andrew Tarbell just signed a fresh 2-year contract with Houston. Steve Clark is the current starter there between the sticks. Last season, he held 6 clean sheets and he conceded 48 goals in 33 games. So it's far from Steve Clark's best season. I mean, I like Steve Clark and I do have him. But going off the stats, I don't know if he's going to make it through the whole season. His backup at the moment is Michael Nelson. He made 2 appearances last season and conceded 8 goals. So again, not the best stats. This leads me to think that Tarbell isn't there just to make up the numbers, and I think that there's a chance that he's going to get the top spot. So I'm going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. People have been asking me what is the best budget buy for a keeper in the MLS, and the answer to your question is Steve Clark. But I would buy Tarbell as a backup. Now stop pestering me, I don't want to hear any more about it. That's it, that's my final answer. No more. Number 8, Sean Davis from Nashville. Centre midfielder. I bought this card 2 years ago. It was one of the first cards that I bought when I was first researching the MLS. I've been following him quite closely since, and he's a solid, dependable 90-minute player. Not going to get you many decisives, but at the same time, he doesn't really need them to put up decent scores. If you're looking for a value midfield player that's going to get plenty of minutes, then he fits the bill. A really good buy at that price, in my opinion. So that's it. In there is a team of MLS superstars for you to line up. I'm honestly surprised at the price of some of the cards in that lot. I bought the majority of them cards for considerably more this time last year. So from where I'm sat, I think it's a really good time to get into MLS now. So I've shared my findings with you. If you know of any more and you want to help me out, let us know in the comments below and I can have a look at them too. So I hope that's helped you out. Thanks very much, and until next time, have a good game week and I'll see you on the next one.